Hi, world. I am a young Nazarene that practices from a complete obedience in how I have gotten full control of how I am who I am, as it's just a human statement just to say how I am and how can I deliver this message directly to all the world as a whole and say no one can be saved after he had been gone away. According to scriptures, they say he had died. His physical body is no longer here. And in order to be saved, this stuff that we know of him, all the books, everything is not true, and things been taken out and added. These are facts that I'm about to reveal to you, and that is that I have locked it in my own body, whereas though, truthfully, this is the only way that can be done. Honestly, only through me I done sealed it in my heart that I know the truth. Honestly, according to what I'm about to reveal to the whole world, no one cannot be saved to this day, right when he had gone to the Creator, which we call him as the Father. I know it hurts. If you really loved him, according to loving him, if you loved him, you would love me. Since you loved him, and if you loved him that much, you did kill him. So you lived by the sword, died by the sword. He lived by the word of him who he really was. He came down here and took our mortal body in this land of mortal combat. That means that you can die. I'm sorry to tell you this. Why would you think any gods that you thought that it was ever to be here as no longer, if who a god cannot die? Even if a adoption of being a child of God is only, according to that, is only through him. And by obtaining that, now we can even not actually obtain anything that can be like, how can I be in full contact? Like, how can I reach him if I can't, if the story is not intact? We've been told these things that something been added and could have been taken away. We know this stuff all around the world. And when I'm about to reveal of these certain things, that if you go into church today, I'm letting you know I have sealed it. Whereas though, no one can ever be saved by this book. And I sealed that with my own body. That by this reason, let alone, only you can come to me personally to get the full-blown contact, and you can actually get your visit. If you know what I'm talking about. Statements of in this world that if he was gone of a physical form, that he didn't never show up to, let anybody know anything. And this part of things like this is still shown. It's like in the show of 700 Club that I even seen it, that was true. And when I got my visit, this was how I sealed it for the rest of my life in my body, that no one goes in this church, because I have sealed that. I have sealed that because the reason, if you go there, no one can be saved. But I'm about to show you, you would understand why. I had to take my life of everything of my possessions that I ever wanted, everything that I ever loved, any God that I can ever believe in, anything I could ever believe that was actually true. I made sure that I exchanged it for the actual position of what came before the Christ, which was prophets and kings in priesthood only, before an actual true son of God. After his, another prophet, Muhammad, these stories being revealed, but even if it was the Son of God, why would a prophet come after him from the original parts of the Bible spoke accordingly? That's what they came when before the Messiah comes, and after Messiah, it starts back to another prophet instead of saying a God. Can you kind of understand now? Like, now can you understand, world? Through me, I embedded it that I know the truth, and only one that can be saved is that through me, you can be saved once again. It will be restored because nobody knows it exactly if it can be true. But what I'm about to show you, you can only understand and why I did a video to actually show you in the Bible and also recordings to let you see, because sometimes in the Bible is the faith of, we see or didn't see and still believe factors. So I give you the easiest way, so you can have to see it. It's the only way to let you know. Then how I have concealed this, like when I have took it to my own account of talking to, yes, Jesus, of my exchange in this lifetime for a very important reason, that we cannot go in there thinking that we can actually know the truth, because it's these things that I'm about to show you. No one can never be saved by this book alone. I have taken full control and responsibility of this action I'm about to take. Now, if I did not ever come back, if anybody knows this face of mine, but don't know the actual name of my real name, you cannot add this up. You cannot make this one something of your own accord. And why would you think I am talking about something that I believe in, and not just I'm not God. I did not create the religion, and I create the world, but I am the truth of it all behind. And I would not let this go by because of my position, that what I chose to give up everything that I'm talking about that I was supposed to do, for the exchange to be the one that that seals the bond, after even Prophet Muhammad sealed it after the last prophet's message. But if you do know his message and his hadith lessons, that other things is going to take place after him. And therefore, that by his ruling of being a prophet after Jesus, that he states in hadith that any other follower that follows him will be more than any other prophet. What that means, that after this fact, into our land of today, of our day and age, a nation of Islam came, and this is the currents of Malcolm X and the whole thing of Nation of Islam. Supposedly, they are not a religious base, but used the name. So the Malcolm X that we know of today actually studied the actual real fact and came back to him and died by their own hands. And that was the actual start of how it happened, to let all of us know that even if that was so, that's how it always would happen. They hated Jesus. It wasn't on our account. It was not white people. It was not African Americans or African. We are all three are clear from this incident, from this crisis that happened to Jesus. Only two people that's reliable for this to happen, or the two people that's this religion is based on, is Jews and Hebrews, that currently in the base form of starting it, like, the beginning of the ministries of how he would come forth. They knew him and everything, but it states that the Jews had a right to judge in a judge-based form of his duty is to Pontius Pilate role. No one can ever have a chance to your decision of your judgment, and you give it to someone, the community. If somebody's trying to kill someone, you give your own righteous judgment to the community. So now you see, of his own righteous judgment, he gives it to the community, and it states like he's washing his hands from his innocence, and he didn't even have full control. That he didn't even knew what he was doing, so he tried to wash his hands. He didn't know, because he had no evidence that he can arrest him. He didn't do anything wrong. By washing his hands, he thought of how can he do it, but it's just still His judgment that led him probably wrong and straight and led them to arrest and try to crucify Christ. This is the reason. This is the actual facts. And while we don't know this like this, just like how plainly I did, I sealed the bond that no one can ever be saved. And this is why you would know why when I show you the footage. Please forgive me if you think this is wrong. If that was the case, then why he did say go away. Why I say how it would reveal whether this is a spirit, the Holy Spirit that was supposed to go in church to get, and then a spirit of truth that is right there exactly something similar who's to come. Now be honest with yourself. Be honest with everything that you were supposed to do as being a religious person and follow Christ. Right? Is that if you love Christ, you don't love Christ because I witnessed and I spoke things and nobody answered me in public. Nobody didn't know what I was talking about, and then I changed it and say, hey, you love, hey, Jesus love you. Yeah, I know. I went to church. Now I just spoke about facts of the real true reason why you don't love Christ. As I was actually speaking until I personally came to you and talked to you. But I was in the open and I was about to get killed because they did not know the love, or actually the love they have for him. Then like if they did, if you killed him, you would kill me. And I witnessed that. I almost was at the hands of death because spreading the word correctly of the real truth of it. And no one helped me of that love God, love Jesus. But then they say, right then after that happened, personally, I talked to I love him. Why you wouldn't with me? Why you neglected openly in the community instead of if your reasons in church, we all together, it doesn't make sense. But openly, you don't know him. Like, you would deny him out in the open. And actually how to fix this, I done sealed that bond. No one can be saved. Now you will understand. Try it for yourself. Try to seek what I'm about to show you and try that same truth. See where it will lead you. I hope that don't escalate. Use these words carefully when I'm about to help to tell you. You have to suck it up. If somebody did threaten you and did know about this real true facts, or don't know, if they did know and they do love Christ and do go to church, they're going to kill you too because they don't love Christ, like according to what I'm about to show you, what the things is going to have to take place. The only way to be saved is through me. I have sealed that. If you don't know what that means, I have made a covenant, like kind of something like a bond, that no one knows the actual truth but only me. That's what I have done. Honestly, you can now, when I'm about to show you, you cannot ever be saved to this current book that we have. I love Jesus. I love God. All the prophets that came by, all the things that's about this religion, because we don't know of a one true God only, but this one, in that he has one son accordingly. And how can you be a God? And if you keep saying you're a God, even those that love God killed the one that was going to help the whole world. Now, it's still kind of like fishy, because now you see that the ones that's supposed to carry the faith, and how can they never recognize? But they were so scared. They didn't want that. If you love God, this is something like I'm saying, if I love God, but how I would kill you because you love God. But this is not, it seems you can never understand what I just did for all humanity and how this can be done. Stay tuned. I am young Nazarene, and I hope you want to understand this.